G'day, it's Joel Rasmussen from Southern Cross Combat. I'm here with the legend, Daniel Cormier, DC. DC, thank you for making the trip, and I thank you for the time. There was a point very early on in your career, pre-UFC, where you fought in Australia. How does that come to be, and how does someone convince you to fly all the way out here for a fight that early on in your MMA career?
MMA. Ex-MMA was the organization that I fought in here. I fought twice. So what happened was I was having trouble getting fights in the United States, and they offered me an opportunity to fight here, and they were paying me $7,500. And back in the day, that was a lot for a guy that was 1-0, 2-0. So, yeah, my manager, he's like, hey, we got this opportunity out in Australia. Would you be down? I said, absolutely. I fought some good competition here, too. I fought Lucas Brown, who was a world boxing champion. I fought Sol Pelele, right? So I think those guys really did help me mature in the sport very quick.
And a little bit ago, I spoke to a man by the name of Ben Askren, and he talked about how he wouldn't have entered MMA if there was money in wrestling like there is today. Yes. Would you have entered MMA if there's money in wrestling like there was today?
Absolutely. Because the money that's in wrestling today will never equate to what I made in mixed martial arts. It's different, right? There is money in wrestling, but it's wrestling money opposed to what you can make in a professional sport. Yeah, so yeah, I'd have fought. I feel like fighting was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
And we talked about the beginning there, talking about the end, I think you had one of the best retirements in that you went, all right, I've done what I can and I've let go. Yeah. When you made that decision, how did you come to that decision and what was it? Because there are some fighters who can't necessarily make that decision.
Because, well, when you fight for belts for so long, how do you go back to just fighting? That was my thought. You know, I kind of knew, win or lose, that I was going to be done. I was 41 years old. You know, and you could just feel it in the training. And you got to really take note of what you can do and what you can't do. When you are in the training room and when you're getting prepared and you're doing a portion of the things that you did that made you the best in the world and you know that, you got to understand your limitations and you got to say, hey, man, this might not be for me anymore. It was hard. It was much harder than it might seem on the surface because I just walked away. But it was much harder than that. It was tough. A lot of nights of going, man, I wish I won that fight, you know. But it is what it is. I'm happy now.
DC, I thank you so much for the time. You're a legend. I appreciate it so much.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.